Men don't abuse, they balance the scales. They don't abuse, they redistribute. They take from the rich, the women, and they give it to the bruised egos of their brothers. They look at women and see excess, too much attention, too many options, too much softness for people who didn't earn it, too much freedom, freedom to express, freedom to cry, freedom to laugh, freedom to be weak, freedom to be dependent, freedoms that have been taken away from them. They don't see the cost of dependence you have paid for hundreds of years, or the abuse or exploitation that has come your way, masked as attention from predators who saw no human worth in you. They only see what is convenient for them to see. And so they take. With charm, with silence, with cruelty wrapped in compliments, they take and they call it balance. They call it nature. They call it her fault. Because she was already rich, right? Born with hips and breasts and eyes and validation. So, what's a little theft? So, what if most validation that came to her came from people who actually wanted to use her? So, what if the price she paid for validation is a lifelong battle with her own body, a painful awareness of how the world judges it every second, and a ridiculous amount of effort and money spent all her life in a race against time, only to still lose to someone new or younger or quieter or more convenient? So, what if she played this game all her life, believing she would be rewarded with love, only to find out there's no love in this world? They don't know and they don't care, so they resent you. They think you have options, they think you have it easy, they think you control sex and you manipulate them using sex. They think they are the real victims. So they aren't abusers, they are Robin Hoods. They say love, they mean strategy. They say sex, they mean punishment. They don't see women, they see currency. And so we learn to stay 5 thoughts ahead of them, to read texts like spreadsheets, to hear compliments as codes. You aren't like other girls. Haven't we all loved this line at some point in our lives? They control resources, they control narratives. Women are reduced to being footnotes in history books around the world. And they get upset when we try to control our own bodies. Because where there is no love, there is only manipulation. And no one's coming to save you from this redistribution. You are the castle they have been trained to invade. You are the price they think they are owed. So, be smarter, be unrobbable, be a storm they cannot pawn off as sentiment. Be the wealth they cannot steal because they never earned access to the vault. So, stop believing that if you only shrank enough, they will finally see that you are not out there to hurt them or laugh at them, and God forbid you laugh at them. And they will finally give you the love that you have been trained to perform for all your life. Because love doesn't demand performance, it doesn't demand you to shrink. It's not going to ask you to prove your worth, saying, "But why would we give you a seat at the table? Why should we take you seriously?" So, as you just saw, men don't abuse. They think they are just making things fair. They don't always say it out loud, but it's there in their jokes, in their forums, in their friend groups, whispered inside their DMs and locker rooms. Women have it easier. They get free attention. They can have sex whenever they want. And because of that belief, this buried, boiling resentment, so many men feel justified in how they take. They don't think it's abuse, they think it's justice. A little emotional manipulation here, a little sexual coercion there, a ghost, a lie, a dismissal. It's not cruelty, it's leveling the playing field. In their minds, Women have been hoarding something for too long: attention, power, sex, softness, safety. And men, they are just robbing from the rich. And that's why they never show up when women talk about harm. That's why they laugh when we ask for safety, for nuance, for truth. Because to them, we've been winning always. And when the winners complain, it sounds like greed. So, the only way to survive, be smarter than the manipulation. Learn to see the red flags dressed as romance. Learn to decode the passive aggression. Learn to walk away without needing proof. Learn to spot the hatred in the voice of a man who claims to absolutely love women. Learn to spot the hypocrisy in well educated, seemingly safe men who have learned all too well when to turn their feminism on and when to turn it off. Learn to spot the entitlement in your male friends when they objectify or degrade other girls in front of you, even though they might be respectful to you right now, because right now you are one of them. Learn to have the audacity to be smart, more importantly, the audacity to be unpleasant. And if they ever call you nice, run! Because where there is no love, there is always a game being played. And the first step to winning this game is to be aware of it. Don't wait for it to burn you before you start to claim that it's wrong. Don't wait. Not with men who see your soul as a tax refund for all the women who have said no to them before you.